Howdy, folks. What's going on? This is the Outlaw Hatfield here once again for another late night chat. Just got bored, decided to jump on and see who's out there. So, been home from work a couple hours, caught a little bit of the Daily Gun Show earlier. Sitting here scratching my head, trying to figure out something entertaining to do, and I said, "To hell with it! I'm going live." So here I am. Ah. So, what's up with you guys tonight? Who is out there watching? Says I got a viewer. I'm not sure who it is, though. I have a sneaking suspicion, though. This late at night, it could be midnight. He's always a late night roamer. But who knows? Like I said, it could literally be anybody. So if you're out there, whoever you are, say hi. I will be posting some links here in a little while. Let people jump in. You know, last time I did this, we ended up having a really good show. So we are going to try it again tonight. It's a Friday night, so there's no telling who might be online. Hey, Ozzy, how you doing, buddy? Mike Ozzy Osborne. Is that your real name, by the way, or is that just something you come up with? Because if that's your real name, that's just cool shit, dude. I am at the moment drinking New Belgium Fat Tire beer. Never tried this stuff before. So we're going to give it a shot and see how it tastes. It's not bad. It's actually really good. Hmm. But so anyway, went to work today. Same story as always. I walked into a mess. 3.5 hours later, finally got called up from first shift and managed to stay caught up for the most part. But it was. I don't know if any of you guys that might be listening to this later works in kitchens. It's a pain in the ass. It's one of those things you were either born for or you wasn't. Apparently, I wasn't. Midnight range. Yeah, I think he's got it in his blood. I think he, loves it. Me, not so much. Just I do it because it's money. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Well, not the only reason. It keeps me from doing other things that would probably get me in trouble otherwise. You know, idle hands and all that. But, dude, Ozzy's cool whether or not it's a nickname. Stick with it. You know, stick with it. Now, what'd really be some shit if he was the real Ozzy Osbourne. Now, that, of course, I'm sure he's got better taste than to listen to this show. At least I would hope. Yeah, this beer isn't bad at all. I'm starting to really like this stuff. Let me show you what I've got here. For any of y'all that hasn't seen it, or has no clue what I'm talking about. This stuff here, it's really not bad beer. It's a Fat Tire, New Belgium. It's an ale, and it's pretty damn good. It's a very good beer. I'm trying to think about what it reminds me of, and really can't come up with anything. Hmm. My buddy James had bought this stuff, and it's been in the house forever. And I just decided to crack one open and find out what it's all about. And I think it's a bit like a Heineken. Hmm. Second shift printer. And what are you printing? Yeah, I've got 5 watching. Guys, who's out there? Say something. Say hello. How are you? How you doing? Tell me to go to hell. Do something. Hey, Philo. How are you, buddy? I am going to copy the link, and I am going to paste the link right on the YouTube side here. And if anybody would like to join in, all you have to do is hit the link. It should work. Yeah, you can tell me to go to hell. I don't mind. I was listening to AC/DC earlier, dude. That's, going to hell is just part of the deal if you're listening to that. You're either hearing hell's bells or you're on the highway to hell or something. It's always something with AC/DC, whether it's big balls or hell's bells. Me and Matt was bush light in hand. That ain't bad either. Was did y'all listen to Matt's show the other night? I guess it was Wednesday when he did the no, it was Monday who he did top 10 rock bands of the 80s. And we was talking about bands that we could just do a top 10 by themselves. I really think we should do a AC/DC top 10 songs or top 5 songs. That would be an amazing list, especially with that panel. The only problem I would have would be trying to figure out exactly who I would want as the number one because they have so much great music. I mean, Back in Black, love that song. Shook Me All Night Long, love that song. Thunderstruck, Jailbreak, the list goes on and on and on. How do you pick a number one through all that? But I'm sure I would figure something out. Very few bands that's been around and has stuck together for as many years as AC/DC and has put out as many great songs and albums. Yeah, it's exact, Mike. How do you take one of the greatest bands in rock history and narrow it down to just 10 songs? At one point in time, when I was younger, I had, back when we were doing that stuff, like illegally burning disc off of certain websites. Um, yeah, but you know, I probably had a disc with or two with every AC/DC song ever recorded on it, and I got smart. Instead of saving this stuff as music files, you save it as data. But then the only way you can play it back is like on a computer that can actually translate that data, and you can put a shit ton of songs on one disc. So, and I guess I probably had every AC/DC song ever put out. But I did the same thing with some other of my favorite bands: Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Poison, Dokken, you know, White Lion, White Snake, just all 80s bands that I loved. And of course, some 70s stuff, even some 60s here and there. I was always a big fan of the Beatles, too. Go figure. So I've got 6 people watching and 2 people talking. Who else is out there listening to this? Oh, Lord. You know, I'm not a big beer drinker. I really ain't. I was in that mood tonight. I'm not a big drinker, period. Um, this is the first alcoholic beverage I have had in a year, over a year. That tells you how much alcohol that I actually consume. And you were talking about being on medication. Unless I have got an absolutely splitting headache, I will not take any kind of medications at all. And when I do, it's normally goodie powders. If I, hey Gary, would you like a link? I'd love to have you in here if you'd like to come. But um, back in, I guess it was midnight. I emailed you a link if you want to come in here. Uh, Here, Gary, I'm just gonna paste it out in the chat again. There you go. Now I've just posted it out in the main YouTube lobby. If you want to come in, come in. If you don't, but what I was saying was, I slipped a disc in my back, and I guess it was 2008, 2009, somewhere in there, and went to work that night. I did my full shift. Back to work the next night. Did my full shift. By that third day, I could barely move. Went to the hospital. They gave me some pain medication and some muscle relaxers. Well, I figured, okay, I'll take one of each, just like they prescribed, which was a mistake. See, I'm a guy that does not take medicine, period. Okay, well, that's fine, Midnight. I just didn't want you to think I'd forget about you. I know you're. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yes, you go ahead and you thumb down. You could thumb it down all day long, especially after the compliment I gave you the other night on the video you put out. You go ahead and thumb me down. You just do that. Ass wipe. But anyway, I took the muscle relaxer. I took the pain pill. I can't remember what they were now. I slept for probably 16 hours, and I woke up and I felt worse than I did. Pain notwithstanding, before I took the medicine. I told the wife at the time, nah. Nope, can't do that no more. And that's the last prescription pain medications that I have ever taken. I have no tolerance to it. It kills me. It puts me down and out quick. Most of the time, I just suffer through whatever it is bothering me until it goes away. But that was a little much even for me. I mean, when I first slipped that disc, I hit the ground. I couldn't move. I laid on the floor for, I guess, 25 minutes and finally forced myself up. Yeah, you're useful. You know, everybody needs a good fry cook now and again. Somebody just joined in. Who was this? Hey, Gary, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm all right. How about you?
Fine, fine. Glad you could join us. Stop in and say hello.
Yeah, I was sitting here actually watching a 30-minute video about this dude that was exploring hidden places in New York City, like he's climbing into abandoned subway stations and crap. It's pretty interesting. I thought, I wonder if anybody's running a chat. So I went back out and looked, and there he was.
Yep, yep. I'm getting to where I like to surprise people with them now and again.
That's all right. I can't stay up too late because I got to get up and watch Caliber Corner in a minute.
Well, hey, look, they will understand if you're on the more important show tonight.
I couldn't tell you the last time I got up early enough to catch all the Caliber Corner. I usually sleep in on Saturday mornings.
Well, you got to understand it's ran by Treva, and they won't even know you're, not there. They don't notice these things. They're not the brightest individuals in the world.
Well, he sent me a message asking if I'd be on his show this Saturday, so I said, yeah.
Well, it's a trap, dude. It's a trap. I'm just telling you up front. It's a trap.
Bro.
Well, see, I'm not going to be running this. I'm not going to be up too late anyway. I just wanted to get on for maybe an hour, talk to people, find out what's going on with everybody.
I'm good. I'm good. Hell, during the week, I often get by on 4.5, 5 hours sleep. Oh, looks like you got a little bit of an audience out here.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting too many. I did this, 3, 4 days ago, and I think the most I had was about 12. But I had Alan B. Pro in here, and Gunpowder Beauty stopped in for a while, and we had a pretty good time.
Oh, Gunpowder, a lot of times she's up in the middle of the night, so.
Well, she's like the rest of us. She's an owl.
I couldn't tell you the last time I went to bed before midnight.
Neither can I, but I'll tell you what. Last night, when I got home from work, I was literally dead on my feet. I'm one of these people that will go and go and go and go on 4 and 5 hours sleep, and then all at once it just pounds on me, hits me. And I came home last night. I sit up for I guess a half hour. I couldn't even hold my eyes open any longer. I cut out the light. I slept for 9 hours last night.
Well, yesterday at work was my old boss's, it was his last day, so they had a party for him. And I know you aren't going to understand where I work, but there's a security fence because it's a nuclear power plant, and then there's buildings inside and buildings out. Well, I work inside, but the boss is actually in a building outside, and my coworkers got the bright idea, let's just walk up there. Because we walk right through our parking lot on the way there and could just easily get in your car and drive the rest of the way. And no, it's a nice day. Let's just walk. That's a 15-minute walk, that building. I looked at my step counter when I got home. I had darn near 6 miles I walked yesterday. For a short-legged little fat guy like me, that's quite a bit of walking.
Hey, Bob, how you doing? Bob, I have put links out in the YouTube side if you want to jump in here. And if you need another one, I'd be happy to send you one.
But it got up to 72 degrees yesterday. I think it got that warm today, too.
What is this Phoenix is saying? I honestly stopped watching it after Crackle P11. That's understandable. That's completely understandable.
Oh, people don't go out of their way to ask me to do stuff too often. So. Yeah, chicken legs. I'll give you some chicken leg.
Okay, but I don't want them barbecued.
You don't? Okay.
No. Maybe some hot sauce.
I'm going to say buffalo style be all right.
That would work. That would be perfectly fine right there now. Uh,
It's too
we,
bad you ain't coming with your cousin to Tulsa.
dude, I just ain't got the funds. I'd love to be there. I just ain't got the funds to do it.
Hopefully, one of these days you get to. I'm close enough; I could go anytime, really. But
Well, the way things are looking right now, I'm hoping to make it in what is October, November, somewhere in there is the next one.
yeah,
I'm hoping to make that one, but there's no guarantee.
so I got all kinds of time off work I could take. I mean, I get 5 weeks vacation a year. So.
You get 5 weeks of vacation a year.
Yep.
I want your job.
Well, I've been working the same place 38 years. I've got quite a few benefits.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently. I tell my boss I'm going to take a day off, and he looks at me like I done shot him.
All we
Particularly,
got is there's 3 of us working in our same office, and one of us has to be there. So we kind of got
Good God, that's it. After 38 years, only 5 weeks. These after 25 years at the co-op lumberyard I worked at, I had 7 weeks paid vacation.
I can carry over 160 hours a year. So normally I carry 160 at the end of the year that I don't use. Plus they add my 5 weeks on top of that.
so basically, what you're saving up for is a whole year off with pay.
Yeah, and then I can retire.
Yeah.
And get paid for a whole year and not work.
Yeah, my dad worked for the telephone company, and because he never took a sick day in 35 years, they gave him his last year. They just paid him and let him. They just put him on sick leave. Said, well, you've got all these sick days. You got to use them. Otherwise, we have to give you a big check. Why don't you just take it as a paycheck?
Well, see, we have to eat our sick leave. We don't use it. It don't count the same as vacation does.
That sucks.
And I got like 720 hours of sick leave too.
Yeah, we were only allowed 90 days of sick leave to add up, and then after that, But the thing is, if you use your 90 days, they still couldn't do anything. They still have to pay you and everything. They just give you shit.
Well, if we go long term, then if you're on long term disability, you get half pay, but you can make it up with sick leave or vacation.
Yeah, I guess.
Until you run out of vacation sick leave, then you either got to come off of it or they'll fire you. One or the other.
Hey, Phoenix, you could probably get a job in the porn industry. They'd love to have you.
Oh, they'd love that name, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're old and gray, it'd be like rising from the ashes.
Think about the benefits and the downsides. And I'd say there's a lot of downsides.
Well, yeah, most porno actors, well, the men don't tend to, but the women tend to kill themselves. The men tend to just live forever and get disgusting, like, what's his name? Ron Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like a TV star now almost.
He's a celebrity. Mainstream.
You're kidding.
Kinda.
No, yeah. He's probably bigger than Kathy Griffin. Well, anybody's bigger than Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, exactly.
Kathy Griffin.
I don't even think Ron Jeremy would bang that one, buddy.
Oh, I bet he would. Yeah, he was willing to bang anything.
Money in it, shit.
It'd take a lot of money for me to get in that.
Oh, no, it wouldn't for Ron Jeremy. I mean, that's the thing is, like, male porn stars, they were in it just for the pussy, right? They got paid. They got paid like a tenth of what the women got paid. Did they complain? Nope. Like, that was one of the industries where males were paid a tenth of what females were, and none of them complained.
You know, here's the thing though. If you think about it, that is the one industry where the women pretty much control everything.
Well, nowadays more so than it used to be. I mean,
Oh
back
yeah.
in the days, it was like, you know, the husband or boyfriend saying, "You're going to do this," and just shut up. And but you know,
Uh-huh.
back in those days, you could get away with that.
You know why I thought about that. Heard you say something about the porn industry, about guns and porn earlier on G Web's chat.
Oh yeah.
At the
Well,
gun show.
in range TV is gone with. It's now on gun or no Pornhub. Pornhub, and I mean, and I like G Web's response to it is that's awful. That's terrible. That they're going to, you know, being interested in guns is like being a porn guy, you know, because I mean, sure, I'm a regular guy. I've looked at porn the odd time, but it's not like I'm obsessed with it, right? Unlike with, I'm not obsessed with guns either. Although apparently according to the
How
new,
many guns do you own?
oh, I lost them all in boating accident except for the registered handguns. Those I still, yeah, I have 4 handguns.
Okay. Well then.
Yep.
Yeah, everything else
Yeah,
was,
I've noticed that there's been a whole lot of those boating accidents lately.
there has been, all right?
It's an epidemic.
Yeah, our latest dumbass prime minister. This is the thing. This guy tweets out that I'm going to change gun laws so that, unlike today, you won't be able to just go into a store and buy a rifle without a gun license. I'm like, what the hell? I've had to have a license for the past 25 years in order to buy a gun and to buy ammunition. Like, what are you talking about? You know,
That's the same thing as politicians around here talk about the gun show loophole, and it's like, what gun show loophole?
yeah, no shit, man.
What gun show did you go to that they just sold guns without a damn, check? Bullshit.
4140, yeah, or whatever it's called.
4473 here.
4473, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that, right? We get our gun license, and that's all super 4473 or 41, whatever. You know, it's like they go in deep background checks. Your spouse or girlfriend or whatever has to sign off that it's okay for you to get guns and all that. But once you get your gun license, it's like, okay, I can buy guns now. But you're constantly, that's the thing is, with a Canadian gun license, every day the computer goes and checks. Has anyone with a gun license done a felony or done a crime? Oh, this guy came up, red flag, let's go. And they go to your house and they're going to search your house to make sure your guns are stored properly. And if it's a violent offense, they're taking your guns. So that's
Okay. But my question is how do they define violent offense?
that's the thing, right? It can be something as simple as an ex-wife who says, I feel threatened because he has guns.
And that's a violent offense.
That can be enough to lose you your guns.
And you know what?
Until you
The
prove it.
United States is well on its way to being right there.
Yep. I know. And that's a really scary, scary fucking part because I keep looking at the States as, okay, if it really gets bad, I can go and ask for, refugee status as a firearms owner from Canada, right?
Yeah.
Because if I go back to my own country, I am going to be disarmed and possibly murdered. So,
Hey, Clover, how you doing, buddy? Clover, I sent you a link over on the Gun Channel sides if you want to jump in here for a few. I ain't gonna run her too long tonight.
but yeah, it's gotten terrifying up here right now. It's just like, fuck. Like, they want to bring back the long gun registry. They want to bring back, like right now, if I want to take my pistol to the gun range, which is all I can do with it, I can just go to the gun range and shoot my pistol, right? Because I have this transport permit, right? It's part of says I belong to a gun range. I apply and I get this open transport permit. And it means I can take my restricted weapons, which are like AR-15s or pistols, to the gun range and shoot them, and then bring them home and put them back in the safe. But they want to make it so every time I'm going to do that, I have to phone the cops, and they're going to email me a permit to do this.
You know how stupid that is.
Oh, it's insane, right?
Lord have mercy. I don't know, man. I'm looking at what's going on in this country right now, and if people don't start getting off their asses and doing something, they're under this wonderful illusion that we cannot lose the Second Amendment, and that's totally false.
Oh yeah,
because the people in charge not only want to get rid of the second, but they want to get rid of the first, and the fifth.
Did you catch my quote at the end of the show tonight?
No, I didn't. I left a bit early.
I thought it was really relevant to today. We're taking all this advice from these teenagers, these immature people, and my quote was from Sigmund Freud, right, which was like, a fear of weapons is a sign of sexual and emotional immaturity, which is exactly true, and that's what you get with a teenager. And we're going to take advice from them now.
You know what? The only weapon I fear is one that's pointed at me. And it ain't really the weapon then, it's the guy holding it.
Well, I don't want anybody to point a weapon at me, but
No, neither do I. I've had that happen. It ain't fun.
Is that at your wedding?
No. Well, maybe that's why my second marriage went down the drain. There was no shotgun at the wedding.
It could be, but I mean, that time it was your first cousin, though, right? Not your second.
No. Been married twice. Neither one of them was a cousin. And no, Gary, it wasn't my sister either.
But were they related?
No. Nope. One was from West Virginia. The other one was from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Well, the New Jersey one I could see maybe, but the West Virginia, I don't know, man. There could have been a distant cousin.
Well, after what, fourth or fifth cousins, it probably don't even matter anymore. So,
They've decided even second cousins are okay now genetically.
Well, honestly,
Quran still allows first cousin marriages.
Well, I'm not Muslim, so that does me absolutely no good.
Yeah, but you're a hillbilly. That's
yeah, you're funny.
You see what Phoenix said over there in the chat? That wasn't nice.
What'd he say?
I said,
What'd he say?
Wait, I thought his second wife was Night Strike.
That's
well, that was before the transition, though.
Good Lord. I gave Phoenix a wrench too. Can you believe that? see what I get from the people I make mod. Even the people I make mods bash me. Good Lord.
Well, you gave Midnight one.
No, that's just to keep him from crying. He gets a bit whiny. He was threatening to take his toys and go home if I didn't, so I went ahead and made him a mod. It's okay. So far, he's only bashed one person, but they did it in grand style. And to be quite honest, the guy that he bashed probably deserved it. In fact, I know he deserved it. Because it wasn't just Midnight that hit him. It was Midnight, Clover. Who else? There's about 4 or 5 of them that nailed this guy at the exact same time. Just boom. Yeah, when you say something in somebody's chat and you got 5 mods bashing you in the head at once, that they ought to just block the whole channel at that point.
I've seen 3 at once in some of Clover's chats. Oh, there's Midnight still awake and watching this, huh? Oh, wow.
Phoenix needs the wrench to pry Ellis and Nightstrike apart after the wedding night. Ah, you're a funny bitch.
I'm waiting to see if Smeggy, when he comes on, because he went out tonight, so he's going to be just
Hey.
again.
Midnight, is Mia still awake and listening to this? Just by chance. I hope she is, because if she is, I want her to smack you in the head real quick. That would make my whole night better, to know that Mia just reached across and donged him on top of the head real good.
Why are you so obsessed with Mia? That's not a man's wife, man. That's kind of creepy.
What? Why the hell are you getting that?
Oh, you just keep talking about it, man. It's kind of weird.
Nothing weird about it. I just want to see her bust his brains. That'd be fun. Boom! I bet he's got a hollow head.
Speaking of Alex,
Your busty what?
Bob.
God, you're really weird, man. I mean, that's kind of disturbing. Talking about somebody else's wife like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said too.
You've been hanging out with Flippy a lot. You've been hanging out with Flippy, haven't you?
You need to go re-listen to what I said. Oh, and clean your ears while you're at it. Pervert. His wife nor my girlfriend would approve of such things.
I bet Jan would be perfectly fine with it.
Yes, well, Jan's perfectly fine with a lot of things.
There you go.
This is true.
Who's that?
Alan, how are you doing, buddy?
Jen, is that the I don't even know the polite way to say it.
Well, Jan is gay. You have to remember that. So.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that is the proper way to say it. I mean,
right now nowadays everybody's got their own pronouns, and I think we have 42 in Canada right now, and I'm just like, oh fuck it.
Just 42 in Canada?
Okay.
Hell, I think that the state of South Carolina probably has 60.
Yeah, it's actually illegal in some states here to use improper nouns, and
yeah,
I don't understand how people are supposed to exist like that.
Oh, we have hate speech. You can't say anything bad about Muslims up here, so I mean, it's like, meh.
You know, they've got that same problem in Germany.
Yeah. Well, England's terrible, right? Have you heard about this latest thing in Lufford or Luxford? I don't know, somewhere in England. There's been a rape gang operating that's, I think, 2,100, I don't know, thousands and thousands of these young teenage English girls have been groomed and turned into prostitutes and raped and shit like that by these Muslim gangs. And the police didn't want to say anything because they didn't want to get called, Islamophobic. So it hasn't been reported until it just came out recently. But it's been going on for years, and it's like, thousands of young English girls were, horribly abused.
That is absolutely horrid. Absolutely horrid. I was in a chat with the High Lakes. Was it the High Lakes Prepper? No, High Desert Prepper. Good gravy. I can't get them all straight.
There's so many preppers out there, dude.
Yeah. There's lots of preppers. But they had a group of German trolls jump into the room, which, come to find out, wasn't really a group of German trolls. It was just a bunch of German people that were looking for interesting chats to have with people.
Were they German or Polish? Because we had a bunch of them jump into Clover's chat tonight. 4 of them all at once. They started going on and on about Polish guns
No, they were definitely German.
Yeah,
They were
Poles aren't.
sprechende Deutsch and everything.
The Poles don't have a problem with the Muslims. They won't allow them in their country.
Yeah. Where
The-
Germany has the same issue that you're having up there in Canada, where you can't even say anything negative. If you say anything negative at all, they can actually jail you. Come to find out.
Well, a guy in England got jailed for teaching his pug dog to salute Hitler.
Oh God, that is just absolutely absurd.
Count it was like an internet joke, and they're going to put him in jail for 6 months for teaching a pug to put one paw up when it saw a Hitler video on TV.
Yeah, and like roll over at a certain command.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat the command, but it would it would roll over. It would roll over at that command, and you know it'd perk up.
Really? Like, that is ridiculous. Put somebody in jail for that. It might be tasteless.
The guy, is completely utterly tasteless, but
fuck, that's ridiculous.
And ultimately, the guy was trying to play a prank on his wife,
girlfriend.
His girlfriend, who just thought that the dog was just the cutest thing. I'm sorry, it's a pug. It's ugly as hell.
Yeah,
but just thought it was the cutest, most innocent thing, and everything else. And so he trained this dog to do this.
Yeah, anytime I heard Hitler, Sig Heil, and it was hilarious. Actually, that part was really funny. I mean, it'd be like teaching Yankee to do that anytime Hitler talked. I mean, that would be freaking hilarious, because like an ugly little pug dog doing the Nazi salute.
What the hell does that got to do with Yankee?
Well, I think he's an ugly little pug dog, obviously.
Okay.
And I think
I see where you're coming from.
Right?
I say that people resemble their pets, and if you look at Macy, it kind of they kind of do look a little similar.
Not quite similar, actually. I've met him in person. He kind of smells like a dog too.
Alan, do you have any pets?
I have had numerous pets. I don't currently have any.
Oh, okay. What happened to the pets that you had?
Well, you know, man's got to do what a man's got to do. But no, actually, I used to in one of my past employments, one of my past lives, essentially, I used to breed, raise, and train dogs for numerous different tasks. I used to train search and rescue dogs, bomb dogs, drug dogs, and cadaver dogs. So at one point, I had 16 dogs.
Wow. Okay, now how do you train a cadaver dog?
No, it takes a lot of dead bodies, I guess.
You definitely need some type of remains to be able to work with, and all that's got to go through the proper channels and the proper paperwork and so forth. And it's just like training a hound of any sort.
Drug dog, anything else, right? It's reward them when they find what you want them to find, and it also helps if the dog likes to find that shit. Which, I mean, most dogs. I mean, I let my dog go run loose when I was up north one time, and he came back covered in guts and gore and all kinds of shit. And he just found a dead deer out in the woods and rolled on it. Oh, he'd probably make a cadaver dog.
Yeah, and you got to get a sense of the personality of the animal to be able to know what it's going to be capable of actually doing.
Yeah.
Because in the same litter, I shit you not, in the same litter of 8 pups once, I had 2 of them that became cadaver dogs, 2 of them that became drug dogs, and all the other ones were used as service animals.
That is
they all went to blind and developmentally disabled people.
Yeah. So all intelligent dogs, but they all had their own thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
Some
they
dogs are
totally
just,
have their own personalities and
yeah,
what they're into and what they're not and what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. And you can work with them until you explode. And if they're not geared to be a drug dog, they're not going to be a drug dog, but they
Yep.
very well might be a bomb dog, no problem.
Yeah, it's what the dog really obsesses with. Because that's the thing is it's an obsession. It can be, well, it is an obsession with them. Finding someone, finding this scent. And like some dog, like Charlie's nuts, right? Why not walk Charlie? He's a Anatolian Shepherd. So it's, big, stupid dog. But when I walk him, his nose is on the ground all the time, sniffing everything, right? And if he sees like a gopher hole or any kind of, where an animal's been, he's just like, I gotta get at it. If he sees a rabbit or anything like that runs, he is just like focused. Got to get it, right? So he's a predator hunter type dog. Eh? He'll track though, but he also will, he wants to chase and jump on and eat. Well, I don't even know if he wants to eat him. I think he just wants to play with them because he's kind of weird.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of dogs that do that. They will chase moving objects, but don't know what the hell they're going to do with it if they catch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's Charlie. I mean,
like the dog that chases the car.
Yeah, he will. Well, Charlie won't. I don't know if he won't chase cars, but he'll chase like a cat. But when he catches it, he just wants to stop it so he can groom it. Or I just want to touch you with my face. I'm just going to touch you with my teeth. But he doesn't. He doesn't have that instinct to rip them apart kind of thing, eh? Probably because he's not hungry ever. He's fat.
Yeah, it really opened my eyes when I was a real young teenager. My brother had this dog that was completely obsessed with tennis balls. Yeah. Completely obsessed, would drive you up a wall with a tennis ball.
Yeah.
And so we decided to go camping one night, and we went out to Azusa Canyons in Southern California to go camping. And my brother purposely went through his truck to make sure there was no tennis balls anywhere because he didn't want this dog bugging the snot out of us all night with the damn tennis ball. Well, we show up at the campsite. He opens up the door to the truck, and the dog just takes off. And we set up camp and we make dinner and everything's hunky-dory. And about 4.5, 5 hours later, that dog shows up with a goddamn tennis ball in its mouth.
You gotta be. Went out till it found a tennis ball.
Smart dog.
Dogs are like, I mean, that's the funny part is, like, we know, like, they've done all the tests. Cats are smarter than dogs. They have a bigger vocabulary, even though they have a smaller brain, they use more of it kind of thing. And dogs are single obsessed. They just got a different brain, eh? Yeah, dogs are hilarious. I mean, I love, like, he's been my buddy for, I don't know, years now. And he's such a pain in the ass. But, what are you going to do with him, right?
Very intelligent dogs, man. We had an Australian Shepherd. Oh, he was.
Oh, those are smart dogs. Yeah,
really smart dogs.
The farm.
And I'll tell you another breed. It gets a bad rap, but they're extremely intelligent. Is pit bulls.
Oh yeah, no. I know pit bulls have had a bad rap. It was popularity, right? And this has happened to almost every breed of dogs, right? At one point. Rin Tin Tin, when Rin Tin Tin was really successful, the movies about the German Shepherd, people started breeding German Shepherds like crazy. They got there was all kinds of problems with German Shepherds being vicious and attacking people, and it was just indiscriminate breeding. It happened with Cocker Spaniels, Saint Bernards. Anytime the damn dog gets popular, people overbreed it. Pit bulls, same thing, right? It's just the breeders as well as the people, but it's got a lot to do with the breeding, right? Doberman's got a reputation. Doberman breeding, like if you got a purebred Doberman, that was the most even-tempered dog you would ever meet. I mean, they were bred for that. Any Doberman that had ever bitten anyone was not allowed to breed under their rules, and that's a good thing. I mean, that weeded that completely out. Dobermans will still be a good attack dog if they're trained to do that, but they don't naturally just like flip and because that's been bred out of them.
Well, the breeding that I ended up doing, I crossed a 100% boxer with 100% bull mastiff.
Mm.
Oh my God.
And they got to be big dogs. They got to be really big dogs, but they were super, super intelligent. Their sense of smell was ridiculous.
How many pounds? Like 60, 70 pounds?
Females, yeah.
Okay, males are getting to 100.
Yeah, I had a couple of males that got up into the hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at like Charlie's 160. His breed runs around 140 to 160. But he's not tall. I guess the thing is, I got a golden doodle. Well, I had one when I was married, and him and Charlie have actually met. And the golden doodle is a good 6 inches taller than Charlie. But it's all legs, right? It's got 32-inch legs. And Charlie's like, he looks like a shepherd, a German shepherd, except he's really stocky and heavy, right? You probably, if you know about dogs, you know what an Anatolian or shepherd is, or
Yep.
They also call them kegels or kagels or something like that.
Yeah, a kegel is an exercise for a female.
Yeah. He's the opposite of the, you know, because there's Anatolian shepherds, and then there's a subbreed, the kagels or kegels or whatever they're called, Congles. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
something
anyway,
like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about. I
you
just
know what I'm talking about, right? But they've got a black muzzle, and they're a brown color, but they've got black muzzle and, you know, black highlights and stuff. He's the opposite. He's got white muzzle and highlights, but he's the same color, right? And he's exactly the same build. And that's like when I got him from the pound, they said, well, the nearest thing we can find to him is this. And I went and looked it up online, and yeah, that's him, right? He's an Anatolian shepherd, and it's the right size and everything else. So I'm pretty sure he's not purebred, I'm sure, but that's the breed, right? And he's fucking huge, and he loses so much hair, and I don't know why I have him. I went to the pound going to get a mid-sized poodle because they don't shed, and I came home with a giant freaking shepherd thing that sheds like crazy. He was very sad.
Clovertac mentions his attack Chihuahua out there, and yeah. I tell you what, for some oddball reason, those really, really small dogs, Chihuahuas, Pomeranians, all of those things, they are just some of the most vicious, and you cannot almost train it out of them. It's like there's something chemically wrong in their brains.
Yeah, well, they've got the small man syndrome to the nth degree, right? Because they're the size of shoes, and normal dogs are like, a normal dog is 10 times their size, and then a big dog is like 100 times their size. So it's like,
but it's like they don't even realize that. They've got no clue of that at all. Little tiny Pomeranian, and I shit you not, this little tiny Pomeranian that used to ride with me in a truck. Well, I had a buddy in Northern California that was breeding some things that weren't quite legal. 100% timber wolves.
Oh yeah.
And this little Pomeranian would go after those timber wolves, and these wolves would just look at it like, who do you think you are, buddy? And this Pomeranian just thought it was like the biggest dog on the block.
Well, they're Pomeranians especially are crazy. Charlie's met one, and it was just like at him, and like, you know, and he's like, hell, you're smaller than my foot. And yeah, it was funny. I mean, But he was like, I don't care. It's a little dog. Ah.
The only little dogs that I like are the rat terriers. That's all.
Yeah, they're weird, but you know what? They can be kind of nice. I mean, and I've seen them where they've got bags of guts. I mean, that's the thing. You know, some little dogs are just annoying, like the Pomeranians are just annoying, right? And then you get little rat terriers. Well, they're little tough guys, eh? They're like James Cagney or something, you know. They're, what are you doing, Buster? I'm gonna bust your ass, right? And they got their little chin stuck out and their little legs stuck out, that kind of thing. That just cracks me up. And I think
they walk around like they're made men.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They got that strut to them. That's just like there's nothing that I can't conquer. It's funny to watch.
I know, they're hilarious. I want to get another small dog. I want to get a small dog to have with Charlie because I think that would be hilarious. Because like Charlie can get along. He's got no problem with other dogs as long as they're neutered. And, you know.
I'll tell you the funniest thing I ever seen was we had this pit bull. We named him Tiny for obvious reasons, and he was solid black with just one little white speck on his chest. If it was dark, you wasn't seeing this dog. And we had a cat, and the cat's name was Midnight. And Tiny would find out where the cat was sleeping. He would jump up to her and curl around her and go to sleep. It was the weirdest thing you ever seen. And the cat would just sit there and knead him, and he'd lick her. And I'm like, you're supposed to hate this animal. It's a freaking cat. What are you doing? And
the only reason a dog chases a cat is because of that chase instinct. And the cats always run away because it's a big predator. And dogs always chase because, it's running away. I have to chase it.
Well, see, that's the weird thing.
They know each other, they will become great friends. It's really weird.
They would play chase. They would chase each other, but it was mostly her chasing him.
Oh, yeah.
He'd get up to her and he'd start bouncing around like pit bulls do. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
Then he'd bolt off. And he'll do it 2 or 3 times and she won't do nothing. And finally, he'll take off and she'll be right on his ass.
Yeah. Oh, fine. I'll chase you then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know.
Then he'll stop and she'll run and he'll chase her.
Well, I'd love to have a cat again, but I mean, I really can't if I'm going to be on the road. Cats are just a pain in the ass in a camper or a vehicle.
Oh, I'll tell you a cat I would love to have is one of those Savannah cats. I would love to have one of those.
I'd love to have a bobcat, but you know what? That's illegal.
So are the Savannahs in certain states.
Mm.
And the price tags are quite hefty for one of those.
I had a buddy, man. When I was younger, I was living up north and working up there, and a buddy of mine had 2 ocelots and a bobcat in his trailer. Now, like, I'm not talking a trailer like an RV. I mean, like a mobile home, not mobile. Yeah, mobile home, like a metal giant trailer that's 40 feet long. It's kind of like a regular house, but just it's a big metal, trailer. Like you'd see in a trailer court, like on Trailer Park Boys. So anyway, these cats, like his house was just destroyed. These cats had just, like, there wasn't a piece of furniture that wasn't just shredded. And it was hilarious. You'd go over there and it was just like, fuck, man, these cats are kind of out of control. He says, yeah, I know. I'm kind of scared of them now. They just ran loose in his house. But this bobcat was fucking huge, man. It was like 50 pounds. Imagine a 50-pound cat comes up to you and goes, hi. And it's like knee level on you. And it's a cat. It's got big, giant claws on every foot and big freaking teeth. Yeah, it was a nice cat. What was that thing's name? Oh, fuck, I can't remember now.
I met a guy when I was first taking the classes to drive truck, that at the time that the guy was living out of his van, and he was living with his animal in the van. His animal was a coyote.
Oh God.
He literally was living with a damn coyote in the van. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And I'm like, he's like, no, it's 100, it's coyote. That's
Well,
ridiculous. He's like, yeah, if I leave that van for more than a half hour, he's gonna start tearing it up.
Oh yeah. Well, my brother had a Doberman like that. He had this Doberman Lab cross. He left it in his Lincoln one day. He's a beautiful 75 Lincoln, just pristine. Leaves the dog in there to go have coffee. Comes out and the dog has eaten the seat belts out of the car.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My buddy that was raising wolves, he left one in his he got this really nice conversion van, and he left it in there long enough for us to go into Walmart and him buy a couple of jackets and come out. And the dog had eaten all the seat belts out and the headrests, or dog, I call it a dog, and eaten the headrest to bits.
Yeah. They're crazy, right? I mean, like, and Charlie, I can leave him in the camper for 8 hours and, you know, he's fine. He just goes up and goes to sleep on the bunk with the air conditioning going. Right.
Yeah, well, it's their major pack mentality. If they have abandonment issues, animals will do that. You don't see this issue with cats because cats are just like, whatever. You're here, all right, feed me then.
Well, that's a joke. I saw this joke online, right? This meme or whatever, and it was like, you know, difference between dogs and cats. And the guy's saying to his dog, I'm going to be gone for 20 minutes to the store. And the dog's looking at him going, where am I going to poop? Right. And the dog's panicking. Right. Where am I going to poop? You're going to be gone for 20 minutes. And then the guy's saying to his cat, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. Right. I filled your bowl. Cat's fine. I know where the bag is. Just like, yeah. I don't give a fuck. I'll just get the bag. And I had cats that would like just, you know, I'm hungry now and there's nothing in the bowl. He knows where the bag is. He'd just go over, whether it was up on a counter, no matter where it was, right? He'd go open the cupboard, take the bag out, spill it all over the floor, and then eat what he wanted and maybe, you know.
Well, my mom adopted this cat that was hanging around her work when I was a little kid. And this cat was all white, blue eyes. We found out the cat was deaf. It had been declawed. It didn't have hardly anything for teeth. It was older than dirt. And the cat had discovered that we kept all the cans of wet food underneath the kitchen sink. Well, every damn night that cat would grab a hold of that cabinet door and peel it open a little bit, and it would drop out of its paw. So all night long you'd hear dum, 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 all damn night long.
You know what I love about it?
That's where the food was.
Okay, I'm not jumping out, guys.
Okay, Gary. Well, we're about to cut this one out anyway.
All right.
I have one more funny. When Charlie wants to eat and there's no food in his bowl, he's got stainless steel bowls, right? He grabs them and throws them in the air, right? So they rattle on the ground, and he does that until you come and feed him. I mean, he'll do it for half an hour.
You know what I love about cats?
That was my last story. Okay.
Well, what I love about cats is that fuck you attitude that they get. And they will look right at you, and it's just like you can see it on their face. What the fuck do you want? Leave me alone. Go fuck yourself.
Well, I've had my daughter look at me when I've gone, you better be looking at the dog. You roll your eyes like that at me.
You know, I've often wondered what a cat thinks when you're calling its name. Bitch, I ain't coming to you. You come to me.
I know. I've had cats that would come. I've had cats that would fetch. I mean, some cats are different.
Cats are actually very, very, very trainable. You just have to use certain tactics in order to be able to do it. As a Now, I moved in with this gal, and she had just gotten 3 kittens, and she's like, these things are wreaking havoc. I said, well, cats are trainable. All right. So first thing I did is I went out and I got myself a squirt gun, and then I got myself an airsoft gun. And I started working with these cats. Now, I could get these cats to come in from the middle of the desert just by saying boys, boys, because whenever I said boys, boys, that's when I was putting down the food. And they knew when I said that, oh, we're getting fed. But when they started screwing up in the house, I'd give them a warding shot with that squirt gun. When they just kept going, looked at me and said, fuck you, and kept doing its thing, that's when I'd hit them with that airsoft gun. And they learned really, really quick that if I reached down to grab that airsoft gun, they were gone. Whatever it is that they were doing, they were no longer doing it, and they weren't anywhere in the vicinity.
Hopefully you had the airsoft gun turned way down.
It was just a little spring-loaded one. I shot myself with it a number of times before I even contemplated using it on a cat.
Yeah, I know, because I've got paintball guns. I have a paintball gun that's the equivalent, I guess kind of lost the impact, at least as far as people say, of a airsoft gun, and I've shot like crows and accidentally killed them. I was really just trying to paint them because they were bugging me.
Well, if you freeze those paintballs, they work really well as well also.
No, I mean, these were just regular pink paintballs, and they were fresh too, so they weren't like dried out. I just got back from paintballing, and this crow actually attacked me. I was sitting on the deck reading a book, right? And this crow lands on the edge of the deck, and he's like, and I'm like, yeah, cool, crow, nice. And all of a sudden, woof, he's in my face. And I was like, fuck you, right? So I went inside, came back out, same thing. He's sitting on the edge of the deck going, I'm like, okay. Went and got my paintball gun. Came out and he went, wah, and I went, poop, poop. I was just thinking, well, I'd paint him pink and he would be embarrassed and not come back. But apparently those paintballs are going,
Yeah, some of those things have got some serious pressure behind them. It's kind of amazing that it doesn't just rupture the paintballs trying to get them out of the barrel of those things.
Yeah, well, that's why when I turn mine up, I use the rubber reusable paintballs. They're kind of like super balls, but they're paintball size. You can get those up to 500 feet per second.
You remember when paintball things first started coming out in the early 90s?
Oh, hell no. They've been out since the 70s.
Oh, I guess they just
ones were the pump action pistols that were never meant for paintball. They held like 4 or 5 paintballs, and they were, well, actually some of them were single shots, but they were just mark a tree for harvesting. And then people decided, hey, this is kind of fun. I'm going to mark my buddy.
Well, I had never heard of them up until about 91, 92. And my cousin had one. And he brought it to the house and he's showing it to me. I said, what the hell does this thing shoot? And he handed me this little green looking ball thing. Squishy. And I was like, now how does this work? You just shoot somebody with it and it pops, right? He says, yeah. So I get this brilliant idea. Well, this can't hurt that bad. It can't be that bad. Hold out my hand. I take this gun and I pull the trigger. Oh, that was a mistake, let me tell you.
Yeah, close range can hurt a bit.
That was a mistake. Well, I was, I was thinking, well, it ain't gonna break the skin. It's soft. Can't hurt that damn bad.
Oh, it'll break the skin. Depends what part of your body it hits.
Yeah, well, I learned a very valuable lesson very quickly.
And had a very large welt and bruise
Yeah.
for an extended period of time.
I had a bruise on my hand for about a week from that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I could explain how I learned to wear a jock when I play paintball, but I don't think that's necessary after this.
No, we don't. We do not need to know that.
You.
We're about to get off. We're about to get off here.
That's
So,
an image I really didn't need. Thanks, Bob.
Well, you're welcome.
ladies and gentlemen, we are calling this one
Let's
done.
just say there was a lot more purple than there should have been.
And with that comment, thank you, Bob, for destroying people's whole night. We are going to get off air, and I'm taking my ass to bed. I hope Bob's story did not give you too many nightmares tonight. Good Lord, man.
You invited me in. Hell, thank you for having me. Look, it's been great, man. I love chatting with you.
Bob, you are one of my favorite guys to have on any of my shows. You really are. You keep things lively.
Yeah, same thing, Alan. Good talking to you, man.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, thanks for throwing the link out there. I was caught up doing something, or else I would have jumped in sooner. But yeah, thanks, Ellis.
Hey, you know you guys are welcome anytime. And yeah, for you guys that's listening, I will, if you want in here on any of my panel chats, especially these late nights, if I don't have a specific guest, let me know. I'm not at least been hesitant to send out a link.
Oh, hell no.
But keep one thing in mind. If you get out of line, I do reserve the option of kicking your ass back out.
Well, don't we all, man? Don't we all? Anytime you host a chat, that's your option, right? You can kick.
Yep, that's it.
Love it.
I've never used it. I've never used the nuclear option, but it's there if I need to.
Yep. Oh, I've done it. Somebody tried to sell me a timeshare one time on a chat, so I banned them forever. I know. It was really bad. I didn't even actually know I was banning him forever and ever. Everybody else was kind of like, fuck, buddy, you just like banned this guy forever because he started talking about a timeshare. And I was like, really? How did I do that?
So the next time somebody brings up a Glock in one of my chats,
I know. If it ain't a Browning, it ain't nothing.
Or SIG. Can't leave SIG out of there, dude. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I have a SIG too. Yeah.
I do not own a SIG because the ones I want are a bit out of my price range, but I'm really hoping to resolve that issue in the future.
That's why I bought a 250 because I just wanted another 9mm, and it's super.
Ellis, that statement also relates to the kind of women that I want to date.
Oh,
yeah, it's quite a bit out of my price range, but something that I aspire to.
Yeah,
well,
eventually,
I only date women for love, so that's why I'm a better person.
There's female Bigfoot. Wow. I guess you learn something new every day, Al.
As long as they groom.
Yep. That's the goal.
As long as they groom, I'm good.
Well, there we go. First-hand experience from Biker Bob. Y'all have a good night. I will catch you next time. Let's see. My next show should be coming up Monday. Alan, you got anything coming up this weekend?
Oh, well, we got the Foreign and Domestic on the Crazy Scotsman's channel Sunday night.
I will be at work, so I look forward to missing it. Unfortunately. Anyway, you folks have a good night. Bob, Alan, thank you, buddies.